There are even girls who are saying, if you don't have at least, if you are not earning 1.5 million naira per month, don't talk to me. Girls online, they are saying that. They say, don't talk to me if you don't have a car, if you don't have a house on the island, if you are living on the mainland, don't talk to me.
Sheung is finding the middle of the road, because that is also important. There are ladies who jump at a man because he say, I'll marry you, I love you. Will you eat love? I told ladies, I said, if you marry a man who have no job because he speak in tongue, you are not spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
I do not encourage lady to marry a man that has no plan for his life. If you don't go to sharing vision, the first thing I said, minimum, he must have 2 or 3 bedrooms apartment where he's living. He must tell you how much he earns every month. You are not going to live by faith with her. The first thing I said is that by 18 I will live in 3 bedrooms apartment. Why? Because I plan to get married. I didn't take Charity to my mother's house. My senior brother was still living with my mother. I couldn't go and squat there, even though I hail from Nnewi. But I rented an apartment because I need a wife, and I'm planning for it. That's part of the maturity. So I've started my own business. I've earned enough money to live in my own 3 bedrooms apartment. I had a gas cooker. I had deep freezer. I have refrigerator. Air condition was not invoked. I have standing fan and a ceiling fan. Everything a man, my house, I had a rug in my house. He must have 2 or 3 bedrooms.
Okay, so Dr. Cosmos Maduka, CEO Coscharis Motors there. Okay, so I don't know what to say. Because of course he has also issued a disclaimer that this last soundbite that has been released to the public may not be the entirety of the whole interview. He has a book, I think. He's doing a public review of his book, and he's marketing the book. And then, according to that soundbite that I read on his official Instagram account, he's saying that people should watch the whole interview before concluding. However, I think he made a point here, and the point was very clear, that he would suggest that every woman should wait for a man to have all of the things, 3-bedroom flat and all of that, right? While I agree that nobody should go into marriage without having a foundation, right? I think we must seek the balance in all of this, and it has always been my perspective that we seek the balance. So a lot of the times we push some ideologies or some perspective that are extreme, and then we don't come to the balance. The point is, if Dangote's son, for example, still lived in his father's house, would that matter? Would it? So if Sheyi Tinubu, for example, was still in his father's house, or whether it is in the house of his father or the father's house somewhere else, would this still matter? So that's why the balance must come in. So I agree that nobody should get married, and I used to be in this position where it is much more about counseling ladies. It has created what we now have, a very dependent generation. Of course, there are some ladies that are trying to not be dependent, and they are also pushing far extreme ideologies that is even more extreme than feminism, so to speak. We are now seeing various variants of feminism. Or what my friends used to say, there are now factions of the feminist movement to say, no, that's not what feminism actually means. And that's why I say, oh, because if you listed all of those things that a man should have, then what should a woman have? And the same generation of women will ask, what do you bring to the table? And they say, I'm the table. A woman said somewhere that having to have a womb to carry a child is all that she needs to bring to the marriage. And if he is, he will born. All of that. So when you say a man should have all of this, what should the woman bring? Because if as a man, I have all of these, then the template for who should be my wife has automatically increased. You should meet certain requirements. If I have to have 3 bedroom flat, for example, own a car, have a thriving business that's bringing money, then that's serious. I will not just pick just anybody from the street anywhere at that time. All of that's why I said we must seek the balance. Yeah. While I agree that a man should not get into marriage not having basic need of life, and may not be 3 bedroom flat, but have a place you can lay your head, whether it is your father's house that you have a corner, you have a space. I know the disadvantage of saying father's house, because if you are not paying rent, for example, you will not be able to learn how to save up money, plan your life and all of that. You see, you have entitlement spirit, and it can affect very many other areas of your life. If your father and mother is, and don't do this because you are getting married. Do it. I have successfully lived this life for at least a year or two, and you can. There used to be a joke by a comedian that said, "I left home to feed home, but now at home they send me food stuff." Another person said, "All of us we run come on for our parents as they look for how to go back. So not let motivational speaker deceive you. Motivational speaker deceive you. Say me you leave your father's as I best stay there." Right. So all of that into perspective. So find the place you have, and then be able to feed yourself, feed another 2 persons basically. So assuming that in the first 1 year of your marriage a baby comes, ensure that whatever you earn is able. But I don't want us to make it as if it's a rule, right? It's just encouragement to young people. But then I've been married for a while, and I can tell you, um, it is a risk to be married and not be able to provide for your family. It affects your self-esteem, your mindset, your mentality, your ego, and everything. And then it could lead you depressed. And if care is not taken, and that could result in even death. So it's important that you're able to take care of basic needs for your family. You may not have to do all of the things. If we actually do not have competitions, we are not putting our hands where our hands not reach, we are contented with what we have, we may just be able to also find a way to live in a very successful and easy life. So yes, I don't believe in rules, especially when it comes to this aspect. But I think that there should be foundation. There should be things. For a woman, for example, you should have something. I've always said it. When most women get out of school or get out of learning a skill and they stand somewhere and begin to wait for a man to come, you are not busy. You don't have any engagement. That's why it's difficult for most women to even tell their men after they get married or they get serious that they want to start something, because the man met you idle. You can't suddenly wake up now and say you want to. So get yourself. Right? Have a vision for your life. Have an overwhelming compass. Know where you are going to. Start it at least. I've always said it. Start something. See, for a man, even you do not have to begin to rake in 200,000. I know that times are very hard. It was quite easier a couple of years ago when some of us went into it to be able to gamble. It is almost like a risk now to gamble in this generation to say moku de cha no, because bag of rice is not a joke. Fear, subscription, house rent, all of these things have moved. 3 bedroom flat, as at the point I was getting married, conveniently in some parts of Benin, was between 100, 120, 150, 200, 250,000, and then mass 300,000. You'll be comfortable, right? At some point later, it moved to even GROEs at houses, flats of 250, 300, 350 in Benin, as I talk to you. But as I talk to you, in some very far end or motorable environments in Benin, you are seeing 3 bedroom flats. They don't even build that anymore. So for example, you see for 600, 650. So all of these are quite very not life is not easy again for people, and it's not easy anywhere. Actually, it's not easy. There's no way it is easy, but I'm just saying, so it's okay to look at it from the point of inspiration to say have something that you are doing, have a foundation, know that you are bringing a family, but don't allow these rules of say it must be this and it must be that, right? So that we don't miss all of that. And I've always said it, to every nonsense there is a sense. To everything you see, get up and take whatever you can take. The inspiration is that your home, and it's for your own good. It's not because you want to compete, it's for your own good, so that at least you can have the balance, you can be able to have a home, you can be able to have a plan, and then you can build up from there, right? Take what you should take, and let's move on. I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.